Police say no passports were taken in a brazen robbery of one of their offices in the Lamar building on Bridge Street. The New Year's babies are being celebrated here, and Father's Say Toot gets published. This is the CTV News. I am Natalie Fannis presenting. We begin with some assurance from the police that no passports were stolen in a break-in at its offices in the Lamar building on Bridge Street. The Lamar building is home to several police offices, including the passport office. Assistant Commissioner of Police ACP Wayne Shallery told reporters at a news conference Tuesday that reports of passports being taken were totally false. Shallery explained that the units that were accessed during the burglary were the Writ Department, the Vulnerable Persons Unit, the Criminal Administration Office, and the Criminal Records Office. He disclosed that an amount of cash, not a lot of money, was taken. Police Commissioner Severin Mosheri said the sum amounted to some $300 that was taken from the Criminal Records Office. Shallery described the break-in at the police departments as embarrassing and spoke of the need to revamp security procedures. He assured members of the public that information stored in the departments that were breached was intact. Mayor of Castries, Peterson D. Francis, has made the Castries Constituency Council a drop-off point for donations to victims of the Rose Hill fire. Mayor Francis had recently expressed sadness at the devastation caused on the first day of the new year to some 7 households, particularly children. Speaking to the initiative, the Castries mayor called on good Samaritans who would like to assist the fire victims to drop off goods at the Castries Constituency Council offices located on Payne Street, Castries. Staff and students of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College added their voices to the discussion on a new vision for Castries dubbed Castries 2030. More in this report from Glenn Simon.
The government of St. Lucia has tasked the National Integrated Planning and Program Unit, NIP, in the Ministry of Finance, in collaboration with the United Nations Office for Project Services, UNOPS, to articulate a Castries Vision 2030 redevelopment plan. Stakeholder consultations have been integral to the development of this plan, with the aim of gathering suggestions from a wide cross-section of the St. Lucian society. The aim is to make Castries more resilient to climate change by aligning the city to some of the international conventions government has signed onto, dealing with sustainable cities and communities, compact mixed-use development, whilst making the city more socially inclusive. The planning team held one such consultation with staff and students of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. Director of NIP, Howard Wells, said the interaction with the students was vital to close certain gaps.
And we thought that it was an exciting opportunity when the college invited us over to get the students involved. Let them air their views, let them express what they see the future of Castries as it relates to the ongoing process.
He added that the spirited interaction with the students highlighted issues with traffic congestion, the minibus situation, the Castries market, flooding in parts of the city, and other environmental concerns. Lecturer at the Division of Technical Education and Management Studies, DTEMS, Karen Snack-Hippolyte, was pleased with the level of participation and contributions from the students.
DTEMS is very technical, and a project like this is very, very relevant to students here to get the practical experience, to understand how what they learn here can translate to this that we have discussed here. So for the students, is getting the hands-on experience, meeting with persons who are actually doing this type of work and seeing how it can affect them and even the courses they do here.
For their part, the students were very expressive about what they would like to see in a redeveloped Castries. Kamisha Harris studies architectural technology at DTEMS.
Honestly, the way that Castries is right now, it's not very conducive to pedestrians. There's a lot of traffic. It's very polluted. And there's no green spaces. I would honestly like to see more green spaces in Castries, spaces where you can just sit, because as it is right now, yes, we have new stores and new buildings coming up, and it's being modernized in a way, but the way that they're doing it, it's not thinking about the people aspect. I think like for you to get somewhere to sit, you need to go to a store and you need to buy something. Sometimes you just want to relax. And the only green space that we have right now is at Serenity Park, which is very outside of the city limits. Some people might even take a bus there. It's very far to walk. It's just out of the way.
Construction engineering student Kanim Joseph stated that the appearance, facilities and infrastructure in Castries does not reflect that of a capital.
Well, shops and businesses seem more akin to that of a small town than a city. I think there are, in areas like Crozile, there are bigger shops, bigger malls, and things like that. This one is looking like Crozile is more of a capital than Castries.
The NIP director stated that as the planning phase moves ahead, consultations are scheduled to take place with residents and landowners from Castries to facilitate their direct feedback on the Castries Vision 2030 project. For the National Competitiveness and Productivity Unit, Glenn Simon reporting.
St. Lucia has been celebrating the first babies born in 2019. They were two girls, Belle Fauché and Courtney Samuel. Belle was delivered at Victoria Hospital, while Courtney was delivered at the St. Jude Hospital. Each family has been given a hamper containing baby supplies. The gesture was the idea of the eldest of the Peter sisters of Castries, Agnes Peter Popo, who resides in the United States Virgin Islands. Born into a family of 7 girls and 1 boy, it was indeed a pleasure for Mrs. Popo to be present to deliver the hampers to the baby girls, having been surrounded by mostly girls for most of her younger days growing up in St. Lucia. A mother of 2 adult sons and 4 grandsons, Mrs. Popo said she was very fond of children and wanted to usher in the new year by reaching out to the 2 families. To culminate their Christmas promotion and ring in the new year, telecommunications company Digicel gifted 2 of their customers a shopping spree valued at $2,000. One winner explained that the opportunity afforded to her far exceeded her expectations.
Okay, first of all, I would like to say thank you again to Digicel. I feel very ecstatic. I am happy. I am not hungry. I am everything you can think of, yes. And again, I got almost everything that I wanted, or needed rather, because as you know, school, as I said, school is opening. So that would work wonders for me, because I go to the supermarket every weekend. You know, and I spend like $300 basically every weekend. So, yeah, you save me some money.
The sweep hosted at the Massey Stores supermarket also saw another long-time Digicel customer leaving victorious.
I feel excited. I feel good, to be honest. I feel good. I think the rest of my day is going to be very good. I'm going to enjoy the rest of the day. I think the year might start with a joy for me. It might end so. Thanks to Jesus.
Digicel St. Lucia's marketing manager, Jimisha Wright, expressed her gratitude to the company's customers. She further explained that although the Christmas season has come to an end, Digicel's giving has not.
This is our penultimate activity to culminate our Christmas promotion. They're lucky, but trust me, there's someone else who's even luckier. Someone very soon will be getting a home makeover valued at $15,000. So next week, I'll be calling someone. I hope the person is hearing me or seeing me right now. You will get a home makeover valued at $15,000. Our Christmas promotion, the entire promotion had a value of $100,000. We've given away thousands of dollars on social media for persons simply commenting, telling us what they love about Digicel, how our LTE experience has enhanced their life. We would have given away smartphones, tons and tons of smartphones. We would have given away shopping sprees, thousands of dollars daily. And that's what you get with Digicel. We give back to our customers. We seize every opportunity to say thank you.
Wright affirmed that joining the network, topping up at any Digicel location, and paying bills in full are sure ways to win big with St. Lucia's only island-wide 4G LTE network. This is the CTV News. There is more ahead. Please stay with us.
What makes a great sign? Simplicity, creativity, huge and loud, small and quiet. At Excel Sign, we help clients all over St. Lucia create the perfect sign for their business needs. Our printing takes place right here with state-of-the-art machines to get the job done at the highest quality. We specialize in a wide variety of pylon signs, vehicle wraps, channel letters, billboards, 3D letters, and lots more. Designed to have high visibility, longer life, and great value. Call or visit Excel Sign today and find out how we can help further.
Now to the launch of the book by Father Ignatius Setut. The book is called Effective Parenting, Enhancing Self-Esteem in Children. Calabash TV was at the launch.
Lord God, it's a new beginning, a new moment. And may this book and may this effort by Father Setut help to spark a new zeal in parents who may be languishing, may be dejected, may be frustrated in the beautiful challenge of parenting. May the grace of your son's work reach out and touch many, many, many lives in this land, parents and children.
As we gather here today, I want to welcome each and every one of you to the beginning of this liturgical year, to the beginning of a new life, to the beginning of a new book that can most probably, or should I say surely, help each and every one of us, parents and non-parents, to effectively guide our families, our churches, our communities, our island, and on a larger scale, even the Caribbean and the world. I think this book will be able to travel the shores of the Caribbean and the world, and that effective parenting will take effect, and our children will have much more self-esteem because of what they are taught, not only by their parents, but by every single one of us who reads this book.
Reverend Father Ignatius Dominic Savio Setut was born on February 1st, 1964 in Balata, St. Lucia. He was ordained to the priesthood on July 2nd, 1989. He attended the Barbano Infant and Primary Schools and graduated in 1975. In September 1975, he was assigned to the Entrepot Junior Secondary School and was later transferred to the Castries Comprehensive School and graduated in 1981. Soon after, he entered the seminary of St. John's, Vianney, and Uganda Matters in Mount Sinai Benedict in Trinidad and graduated with a bachelor's degree in theology in 1987. He continued his educational journey and pursued a course in spirituality and human development at Alma, Michigan, USA, in May of 1992. Father Setut's mission as a spiritual shepherd was always to reach out to his flock in a meaningful and caring manner. To this end, he studied counseling and attained a Master of Arts degree in professional counseling from Central Michigan University, Mount Pleasant, Michigan, in the United States in 2005. He later did postgraduate studies in human ecology and family systems at Michigan State University, East Lansing, Michigan, and graduated in 2006. He's a licensed professional counselor and is certified by the St. Lucia Allied Health Council in the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Father Setut offers counseling on a part-time basis from his private practice.
The contents of my book were presented by myself in May 2005 as part of the requirements for the Master of Arts degree in the Department of Counseling and Special Education at Central Michigan University, Mount Pleasant, Michigan. I returned to St. Lucia in January 2008, as you heard Mrs. Snack said, and I have served as a psychotherapist in private practice from that time to the present. I have worked with groups, couples, individual adult males and females, adolescents, senior citizens, and children. From my professional observation in working with these groups, there is an underlying issue in most clients. as a psychotherapist, I experienced that the greatest obstacle in my clients to reaching desired goals through positive thinking is an impaired sense of self. Many clients who came to me for professional assistance had been abused in one way or another, physically, emotionally, sexually. Some of them were also suffering from suicide ideations. Their abuses left them with a low sense of self, which interfered with their everyday functioning. By the middle of 2016, while I was still the parish priest of St. Benedict's Montfortune, it became absolutely clear to me that it was imperative that I formally publish the thesis from my Master of Arts degree into a book. It is my earnest hope and desire that this publication will reach as many persons as possible, especially parents, school teachers and principals, educators, catechists, youth groups, and several people who are directly involved in the human, social, psychological, intellectual, and physical development of children and youth. This is from the introduction. The emphasis of effective parenting is very relevant for today's society. Many children who do not receive adequate or substantial nurturing from their parents tend to pass on a similar parenting style to their own children when they become parents. The manner in which parents themselves were parented has a significant amount of influence on their behavior toward their own children. If children grow up without proper parental guidance, love, attention, affection, they become unsure of themselves and are apt to develop feelings of inadequacy and low self-esteem. Where there is substantial nurturing and a high degree of integration and interaction among the members of the entire family in a positive manner, this clearly has positive effects on children's self-esteem. Parents are the first teachers of their children, and it is absolutely necessary for them to spend quality time with their children. Children with parents who show a great amount of affection and support tend to possess higher self-esteem and experience less depression. It is important to note that as children experience warmth, attention, and caring from both parents, their self-esteem soars to great heights. On the other hand, parents should not be too overprotective of their children. Overprotectiveness as a parenting style can cause children to feel inadequate and to take fewer initiative even in adulthood.
Another point you might want to ponder on, in an era of competition, understanding the value of making mistakes is important. If we don't teach our children how to deal with making mistakes, and if our children do not have the self-esteem and assurance to know that I can rise from a mistake and learn from it, then what happens is we have a society that becomes afraid to try new things. Society is afraid of entrepreneurship. But it's the entrepreneurs who build jobs, build companies, build systems that take care of poverty, that take care of crime. So self-esteem is not simply, and just going back to what Father Setot read there, building self-esteem in children is not only an individual benefit, it is something that has societal implications in terms of how that self-esteem is manifested in so many different forms. So I just thought I would add that to the mix of what we've just heard from Father C today in the introduction.
And that concludes our news broadcast this evening. I am Natalie Fanis.